Have you played with AI Research Assistant here on FamilySearch yet? I was using the AI Research Assistant and it suggested a record that looked perfect. It matched a person, it matched the name. It could have expanded my family tree on my father's side, but it didn't add anyone new. I'll show you why in a moment. A lot of people feel like my tree is full. Where do I even start finding a place to start researching? FamilySearch's AI Research Assistant is actually solving a real problem. The tool gives you places to look, but here is the key. This is a discovery tool, not a decision tool. In other words, if you don't want to wreck your family tree using AI, then proceed with cautious optimism. On FamilySearch, the AI Research Assistant is designed to search the FamilySearch family tree for your relatives and look for opportunities to add new people to the FamilySearch family tree. Marianne Hope is listed as a parent. We have another parent and a spouse. Looking good. In theory, the AI Research Assistant is not saying here's a hint for a relative, even though there is a record. It's saying this hint might be able to expand your family tree. And that's powerful. But it also means you need to slow down and think. So on the FamilySearch main website, everyone seems to be getting the FamilySearch Research Assistant now. It's out of beta. Look at the hints on this page and click Review and Add. The widget expands and you can see Review Relationship and then the record and then the AI suggestions. You also have an opportunity to review the record or attach. Please do not attach right here. Did I say that strongly enough? Do not attach right now. This option can and will lead to wrecking your tree in the amount of time it takes to play Miley Cyrus's song, Wrecking Ball. So let's do things a better way. First, click on View Relationship. The reason why I recommend this is if you don't recognize what side of the family tree Mary and Alan comes off, FamilySearch tells you your relationship and then draws it out for you. So she is up my family tree and I'm starting to notice some interesting details. Somebody's in here changing how you spell the surname. That's another topic for another day, but I do know this is my great-grandmother or multiple great-grandmothers, Margarita Magdalena Hoppe, who married into the Geisler family and had my great-grandfather, George Joseph Geisler. So I recognize this tree. I recognize him. I've played with him on the FamilySearch family tree. And now we have Mary Ann Allen. So return simply by clicking on this arrow back. And now you know where your focus is, because if you don't want to work on that side of your family tree, you can skip it for now and go on to another side of your family tree. So next, what we're going to do is we're going to actually do something different. I'm going to recommend you click on Mary Allen Allison or Mary Ann Allen. I had shown this tool to someone in the FamilySearch Center who was trying to learn how to use it. And they had a really great question before accepting that record hint that showed wisdom. He said, how do I know this person is correct? Well, I'm going to recommend you follow this process. First, go through the sources that have been attached to the profile. We have to make a few assumptions that there should be, before FamilySearch gives you some hints, there should be at least one source on this page as the source that started the profile. Now, some profiles were created before 2014 and don't have sources attached to them. If you get a record hint that brings you to such a page, you need to use a lot of caution. But from here, we will look at the sources to see if things shape up and support that identity of the individual in question. If you don't know how to evaluate sources, look at the videos in my description box or find a family history consultant at a FamilySearch Center to get some training. Now, I did review Mary and Alan's sources, and everything seemed to shape up except for this hint right here, which happened to be the one that FamilySearch had recommended to me. But before I go to that, I'm going to come back here and I'm going to work on some of the extra hints that FamilySearch found. We have the death record and we have a find a grave record. So I'm going to click on the find a grave and process this hint. So Mary Ann Allen Hoppe or Hoppe, here's her birth date, burial date. Let's click on the actual find a grave profile. Dr. Herman Carl Hoppe, that's very interesting detail right there. We have Herman Allen Hoppe and some children right here. On this profile, there are no parents listed, but if we click on Herman, he's related to the people that I did show in that family tree earlier, and it has the siblings and the spouse there. There are no extra photos or extra details, so we don't get a lot of information out of that, but that little clue, I'm going to give you a little spoiler alert, that doctor is going to come in handy here in a little bit. So we can go through and we can say that this was for her and review and attach. Now, one other thing I want to caution you against is don't be afraid to reject any of these AI-generated hints. It's not perfect. It is a close guess, but if it doesn't fit, go ahead and click the not a match feature right here. And then if it isn't a match, you can explain why. Names don't match, places, dates, relatives, or something else. In this case, we're going to look at this death record, and we're going to ask a few questions once we get to the original page. And we're going to ask who knew the information about her parents and how, because not all information is a record is created equal. Let me show you what I mean. Father's name, right? Father's name for Mary Ann Hoppe is Mary Ann Hoppe, born in Columbus. And her mother's name is Mary Ann Allen. Now, it is entirely possible that Mary Ann Allen Hoppe is named after her mother, Mary Ann Allen. But let's look at the who knows this information. Who is sharing the information? Well, Herman Hoppe. It could be the son or it could be the husband. But always examine all the clues on a record. Signature of the attending physician, Dr. Herman Hoppe. And remember how I said that that would become in handy when we looked at Find a Grave and found out Mary Ann Allen Hoppe's husband is Dr. Herman Hoppe? Are the informant and the doctor the same person? Well, even if they weren't, we have to ask who knew the information about Mary's parents and how, and can they be trusted to know it accurately? Now let's go over some details that a genealogist would review. First of all, this is a death record. It is being created at the time of Mary Ann Hoppe's death. Supposedly, the most reliable details on this record is her time of death and her causes for death because it's signed by the attending physician as close to the death as possible. So we often say the death information on a death record is probably the most reliable. Now, the informant, this person supplies the information to the governing agency that's creating the death record. But since this Herman Hoppe was either the doctor or a son or a husband, did he witness Mary Ann Hoppe's birth? I am going to suspect that even if Herman Hoppe was there at the birth of his future wife, because it wouldn't be his mom, the son, right? He's not of an age to truly serve as a witness. So, be it the son or the father, it gives rise to a not too uncommon event that happens with records. Sometimes the people supplying the information are grief-stricken and don't get the facts correct. So I have a big red flag and some decisions to make because I want to avoid wrecking Mary Allen's branch of the tree. My conclusion is likely that Mary Ann Allen Hoppe is not the daughter of a man named Mary Allen Hoppe and a mother also named Mary Allen Hoppe. I would check out the Piqua, Ohio as a birthplace for potentially her mother. But am I going to attach this source and add those parents based on that AI generated recommended clue? I don't think so. I truly don't think so, because we're going to be barking up the wrong tree. And this is the principle I want you to remember when using FamilySearch AI research assistance, or any hints for that matter. Just because a record documents your person doesn't mean the new people in that record should be added. So, is the FamilySearch AI research assistant helpful? In some cases, yes. It helps you find opportunities to grow your tree. After 30 years of trying to teach people where to start when their tree is full, this tool is very useful. However, this tool doesn't evaluate the evidence for you. That is still your job. So don't be a wrecking ball. If you want help learning how to evaluate records like this, check out the videos I've linked below. And if you've used the AI Research Assistant, tell me what you're finding. Are you discovering new people, or are you discovering more messes? Again, like this video if you haven't already, and leave a comment. Your feedback is important to keep Family History Fanatics on YouTube. Now, back to learning the next valuable genealogy research tip.